Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I know I've been gone for a long time, but I have a special treat for you guys today. We are going to be making this ooey gooey delicious chocolate salted caramel lava cake, and it is so simple to make. For this recipe, you're not going to need a stand mixer, you're not going to need a hand mixer. Like, I'm seriously getting by with a large measuring cup and a large spoon. Like, that's it. So some of the ingredients that you're going to need are 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1/4 a cup of all-purpose flour, 3/4 a cup of powdered sugar, 2 large eggs and 1 large egg yolk, 3 tablespoons of bittersweet chocolate, 1½ teaspoons of vanilla, a little sea salt, some caramel candies, you're going to need about 8, 4 ramekins, but I'm only using 2 for this recipe, a little butter to grease your ramekins, and like I said before, a large measuring cup to use as your bowl. So the first thing that you want to do is take that extra butter and get your ramekins really good and greased. You want to make sure that they're nice and coated because otherwise your cake is going to stick to the pan. And once you've gotten your ramekins all greased, you can go ahead and set those aside. Next, we're going to start with our 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and we're going to go ahead and add in our bittersweet chocolate to that. And we're going to put it in the microwave for 20-second intervals and just stir until everything is nice and smooth and creamy. Now that everything is all smooth and creamy, you can go ahead and set that aside until it gets room temperature. Now that my chocolate's had a moment to cool off, I can go ahead and add it into my large measuring cup. Then I'm going to add in my powdered sugar and my flour. And I'm going to take my large spoon and just mix that in all together. And you're going to notice as you begin mixing, it's going to start getting thick and sticky, but that's okay because it'll get more cake battery-ish, if that's even a word, after we add in our wet ingredients. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add in my eggs and my vanilla, and I'm going to mix that up really good until it's all combined and it's nice and smooth and creamy. I actually used 3 large eggs for this by mistake, but it actually came out pretty well, so don't be afraid to make mistakes, y'all. It'll still come out good. This recipe is very forgiving. Now that my batter is all nice and smooth, it's ready for my ramekins. And I have my ramekins prepared here on some parchment paper and a cookie sheet. And I'm just going to add a nice thick layer on the bottom of each of these. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my caramel candies, and I'm going to put 2 in each ramekin. And you want to just lightly place those in there because you don't want the caramel candies touching the bottom because they will stick. And then I'm just going to go over my caramel candies with a little bit of sea salt. And I kind of like sea salt, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. Then I'm going to take some more of my chocolate batter, and I'm just going to do another layer right on top of my caramel candies. These are all ready to go into the oven, but I'm going to do a little cleanup first so that way we don't get that lovely burnt chocolate smell floating through the house. Then I'm going to place these in the oven at 425 for about 12 to 14 minutes. And when they come out of the oven, they're gonna still be like a little gooey on top, and that's perfectly fine. That's exactly what you want. And you wanna let these rest in the pan for about 5 minutes before you touch. And as you can see, I'm just taking a little butter knife and I'm lightly going over the edge of my ramekins just to make sure that there's nothing still sticking. And I'm gonna grab my oven mitt and I'm gonna go ahead and get this because it's still pretty warm. And I'm gonna go ahead and add it onto my plate. And as you can see, my caramels did sink to the bottom a little bit, but that's fine. We'll just take a little powdered sugar and garnish over top, and it's gonna look perfect. And look at that, it's all professional looking, it's all cute. And that's it, you guys, and it is so good. So remember, when you make these, you need to serve them like as fresh out of the oven as possible. Once it's cooled down, the caramel will harden, and if you try to warm it back up in the microwave, it's just gonna essentially cook the cake all the way through. So you're gonna have more of a salted caramel brownie than a lava cake. Either way, still good. But try it for yourself, guys, and let me know how it went for you. And thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.